Happy Tuesday. I'm Angela Hughes, the luxury travel entrepreneur. I'm here today with Yasser Salah from Egypt DMC Cadence Vacation Center and also Sherif from the Four Seasons Hotel and Mohamed Eiweida. Did I say that right? Eiweida. I think
Correct.
so.
Yes.
Director of Sales from the Oberoi Hotels and Nile Cruising in Egypt. And so we are just continuing our series on how you can grow more luxury travel in Egypt. And so I have brought on all of the professionals. It's nighttime in Egypt, but we are excited to hear what they've got. And they're going to give us some selling tips and they're going to tell us about their products. And if you guys want to ask questions in the comments, that would be fantastic because they'll be able to answer them. And you guys can really learn to build on selling Egypt, which is going to be such a critical destination for 2021 at the end of the year and also 2022. I feel like it's one of the hottest destinations coming back, re-emerging. So let's start with Yasser for a minute. I'm from Cadence Vacation Center. He's a DMC. He's one of my favorites over there, and we've talked before. So welcome back to the show. How is it going over there?
Thank you, Angela. Today we have really a very special meeting because we have two of the finest hotels and Nile cruises in Egypt. We have Mr. Sherif of Four Seasons First Residence because we have two Four Seasons in Egypt. They are in Cairo, both of them. But Mr. Sherif, President, the one of the First Residence. And we have also Mr. Mohamed Eiweida. He is Director of Sales of Oberoi Cruises. They have two cruises in Egypt, Zahra and Fila. Hotel in Sahl Hashish, Red Sea.
Okay, and so let's rephrase that just one more time. So Four Seasons has two different hotels and Sherif is with the residence property. So
exactly.
Talk to us really quick about Yasser. Like, what do you guys expect in terms of people coming back to Egypt and the numbers, and what can we look forward to in 2021? Any rebounding?
You ask me?
Yes.
Okay. So we are really very lucky in Egypt because the coronavirus is not like the other country. We could say like the statistics of today, we have like less than 100 sick people and about 25 or 30 deaths. So if we compare these numbers with like USA, you could say you have nothing in Egypt. And we hope that at the end of this month, everything will be okay, like the last year.
Right.
And we could start to have people in Egypt from March, April, and so on.
And so are you guys seeing bookings already start to increase for earlier this year or more looking towards later?
No, I think people is still waiting, Angela, because, you know, we have problems with the vaccine. We started the vaccine in Egypt already 1 week ago, but in a lot of countries, they're still waiting for the vaccine. So people are still waiting for the vaccine, still waiting for the flight companies to fly back again, and so on. So I think also at the end of this month, people will start to looking forward where they have to go.
Right. Sherif, can you hear me okay?
Yes,
Hi.
I can hear you. Hi.
Welcome to the Four Seasons. How are things going at your property?
Thank you, Angela.
Right now?
Everything is going good. We're just waiting for tourists to come back and start kicking again. Hopefully, we think September it's gonna be the kickback for everything.
Yeah.
Um, so hopefully, we're waiting for September.
Let me go ahead and mute him. Hold on. Background sound here. As far as the Four Seasons goes, you guys are running some incredible deals right now. What's your price range right now for the Four Seasons? If people were to get really bold and buzz on over in April or May,
So-
and I know people who have been going to Egypt already, so it's a possibility. What are some starting price points for people who are getting in early?
It's actually an average of $280. This could be including the taxes and bed and breakfast. So prices are really affordable at the moment.
Yeah.
Even if you come earlier than April or May, then you can get better prices, better rates on those dates, as it's not busy. There's a lot of travel restrictions around the world, so we're offering very competitive rates at the moment.
And during a normal April or May, what are your prices, just so people can compare that?
It's around $280, from $250 to $280, including breakfast and taxes.
No, but during a non-COVID year, what would your prices be?
Non-COVID year. So it depends year over year, then, because you get the holy month of Ramadan. So normally this is a very slow month of the year, and in 2021 it's going to start in 13th of April till mid of May. So normally prices are really not that high in Ramadan. But if it's not Ramadan, then
give us a non-Ramadan price.
It would go up to 350 per room, per double room, including taxes and service charge and breakfast.
And so for me, I find it's like super affordable to go to Egypt right now. The prices are so fantastic. What are some of the? Can you tell us a little bit about your hotel? What's the difference between the Four Seasons and the Residence, so people, can.
So there's I'm going to talk more about the two hotels. There's two Four Seasons properties. There one is on the left side of the river bank, and one is on the other side. So one is in Cairo, one is in Giza. So it's Greater Cairo still. For Four Seasons First Residence, it's more like a boutique hotel. It has a different style than the other one. It's more classic. It's more. It has more privacy. The other Four Seasons, the Nile Plaza, it's more modern hotel. It targets different markets. It targets more the GCC market, like Saudis, Emiratis, or all those markets. We are more targeting the American, European market, Latin Americans. We're very close.
I didn't realize that there were different target markets for both properties. So that's interesting that you guys are pinging out to different places in the world.
We're overlooking the botanical garden and the zoo, which is the second oldest in the world. It's the biggest greenery area in Cairo, in downtown Cairo, and also you can see the three pyramids from the rooms. And then you have the other side of the hotel where you can see the Nile view.
Okay. I feel like Egypt's cleaned up so much compared to like when I was there. I've been there multiple times, but in 2011, you're having such a trash problem with the French not picking up your trash. Literally, there were 8 or 9 foot walls of trash everywhere. And I was so surprised back in 2019 how much cleaner the city was and how much safer I felt. I mean, the security is huge right now in Egypt. What is your hotel doing to make people feel more secure on the ground?
We're actually very close from the right side and the left side. We're attached to the French embassy. We have the Saudi embassy very close to us. So there's a lot of security around the hotel. If you're asking about security from COVID, then it's a different thing. Then we have restrictions from the government, which applies to all hotels and Nile cruises.
Yeah, and I feel like pretty much everywhere around the world, the hotels are doing such a great job at making people COVID safe. But I think the bigger issue for people traveling to Egypt is they're afraid of terrorism. They're afraid of having an issue. And I haven't found that to be the case at all.
Yeah, but Egypt is not. If we compare other countries, it's not about terrorism, because you'll find in France,
Yeah.
a lot more terror attacks than what's happening in Egypt and used to be happening in Egypt, and still people travel there.
Right. And I agree with you 100%. In fact, last time I went, I was traveling with my daughter. So to a woman traveling with her daughter, you know, is generally not the preferred method in the middle alone. And I actually had no issues whatsoever. It was delightful. Going back to Yasser for a minute, let me unmute you, or can you unmute yourself?
I'll do it.
Okay, here we go. And Yasser, what are some of the trends for future tours? Like, can you give us a sample itinerary of what somebody could do when they come to Egypt?
Yeah, so the itinerary have to change a little bit because uh, the last 2 years we got a lot of sites opened, especially in Cairo.
Okay.
It's like the the Grand Egyptian Museum, the Civilization Museum.
Museum
So,
open? When is the
so
museum opening up?
usually we need before 2 full days to see all the highlights of Cairo.
Yeah.
Today, we need minimum 3 to 4 days to see all the highlights, and everything is important. You can't come and don't see this museum or Saqqara and the Memphis, or you can do that.
Yeah, I love.
Everything is important. That's why before we have like 6 nights, you could come to Egypt for 6 nights and visit all of it. Right now, I don't think 6 nights is enough anymore. Now we have to start with 8 nights, like 5 nights Cairo, 3 nights cruise, or 4 nights Cairo and 4 nights cruise. That's the minimum. And people, because especially my clients, they come from very far away places like Canada, America, and so on, Australia also. So the flights cost the most. They are very expensive. The flights are very expensive. That's why if you stay here in Egypt longer, it will be cheaper for you. The cost of the day will be cheaper. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Because
no, I see what you're
if
saying. The longer that you stay in the country, the cheaper it becomes for you. Tell me real quick, because people are really interested in the Grand Museum that was due to open last year, didn't with COVID. What is the prediction on that? And it's gigantic, first of all. It's one of the biggest museums probably in the world now. When do they predict that'll be open? And will the whole museum be open, or will it open in segments?
they postpone the Grand Egyptian Museum till the first quarter of this year.
Okay.
So they supposed to open it before March, but till now we don't hear any specific dates.
Okay. I want to bring Sherif back onto the program here. Sherif, real quick, can you give us some marketing tips? Because we have lots of people in here that want to sell more Egypt. And you're the director of sales. What's your best tips for selling a Four Seasons product that generally might be out of range for a lot of travelers, but is so affordable in Egypt?
It's the thing is that it's so affordable in Egypt and other countries when you stay at the Four Seasons. You're choosing high-end products still. You're having a luxury service. You're having high-quality food. So, because most of the people traveling to countries in the Middle East or Africa, they're concerned about the food. They're scared that they're gonna get
Yeah.
sick out of the food. So just because you want to have a nice trip, you don't want to feel sick during your trip. So one of the best things is the food. We have the first Four Seasons boat in the Nile. It's a culinary boat, and it only has restaurants, and there's a lot of varieties in the hotel. We have around 9 outlets in the hotel. So this is a
Okay.
big number of outlets. We have different cuisines. We have Brazilian, we have Greek, we have Asian, You have a burger bar, a char bar. So, of course, for Americans, burgers are very important. So,
What does that say about us? I just kind of feel like, oh, great, we're the burger.
no, but this is
Yeah.
yeah, this is you want to stay in a nice area, so any Four Seasons in the world will be located in the best area on the city. We're
Yeah.
very close. We're very close to the Grand Egyptian Museum, to the pyramids. You have the Nile view in front of you. You have the pyramids view. So there's a lot of marketing tips that you can use, and then you're located in a very safe area also. So
What makes you different than other properties like the JW or the Ritz-Carlton over there?
location is much better. It's much
Okay.
quieter than staying in downtown with a lot of traffic, a lot of
Okay.
noise. You're close enough to the pyramids, then you're very close to the Grand Egyptian Museum, which is going to be the big thing coming in 2021 or 2022, depends on the opening date.
Yeah.
Your location is very good to the airport. You have a lot of access points to the airport.
Right.
You're not going to be stuck in traffic a lot.
Okay. So there's definitely some selling tips there.
True.
Let's
And
see.
we have also a shopping mall located in the hotel, which is around
Okay.
3 stores where you can buy anything you need during your stay. You don't have to go out.
So really, you can get good food right there. You can get a lot of American-like food if you don't want to try things. And you've got shopping right there in the Four Seasons.
Yes.
If you want to kind of cover all of those things, so it becomes a little bit of an all-inclusive experience. In fact, do you guys sell any all-inclusive food packages there, or no?
No, we don't. We
Okay.
don't.
Okay. I want to bring. Okay, there's a question right now that just came in. Could you compare that to the Mina house?
To the Mina house.
Yeah, your property.
It's I cannot compare it because it's still a Four Seasons and Mina House is a Marriott, so it's very different service, very different style of hotels.
Yeah.
Mina House, of course, is one of the best locations because you're just facing the pyramids. But if you would like to do something during your stay, it's gonna be very far from anywhere else. You're gonna stay at the pyramids, looking at the pyramids, and that's it. You're gonna have the pyramid visit anyways during your
Yeah,
stay.
I actually stayed at that property last time I was there, and it's gorgeous for a nighttime stay.
Sure.
It's Marriott quality, so somebody's saying it's luxury as well. I'd say it's your typical 4-star hotel. You know, location, it's lit well. You know, it's outstanding for viewing the pyramids, but the pyramids are not exactly right downtown, and that's what he's saying. Like, if the location of the pyramids is out there, and so a lot of people.
It's out of the
It's
It's on the borders of the city of Cairo,
right.
and there's not really a lot of things to do around the Mina
Yeah.
House.
And so one thing is you're kind of, we ended up eating at the hotel almost the whole time because it's dark out there. It's not like you're going to be wanting to just wander around and find a restaurant and free for all out there. So
True.
that's a beautiful property if you want that direct location to the pyramids. Four Seasons closer to the Egyptian Museum that's in between kind of downtown Cairo and
It's actually in downtown Cairo, but it's closer than any other hotels because it's a very different location than any other hotels.
Okay, and so we have another question coming through. How close is a Four Seasons residence to the pyramid? Exactly.
It depends on the traffic, of course, and depends what time of the day are you gonna go. So if you're going really early in the morning, then it could take up to 20 minutes drive.
Right.
On the way back, probably it's gonna take more. It could take up to 45 minutes because when you finish the visit, then it's around the rush hour.
Yeah.
So it could take up to 45
if you haven't been
minutes.
to Egypt, traffic is an issue in Egypt, like any big city.
Yes, but it is getting better now because there's a lot of road constructions. They're renovating. They're making roads much wider. So it's getting much better at the moment.
Yeah. So actually, you know, Four Seasons, great option for you. If you're asking about the Mina House, different experience there. I thought it was beautiful there as well. 2 different types of properties. Let's bring on Mohamed from Oberoi. Is he back with us? Or Let me unmute him.
Yes, Angela, I'm here with you.
Hi, Mohamed. You are the Director of Sales for the Oberoi Hotels and Nile Cruises in Egypt. Tell us a little bit about your product. And we did have you on the screen for a minute in video, but it looks like we've lost you now. So
Yes, so I want to tell you that under my portfolio, we do have a lovely beach resort in Hurghada in Sahl Hashish. It's a new area compared to Hurghada. This is the new part of Hurghada, where all new hotels with very nice beach and sea view. Our hotel in Hurghada is all suites hotel. We have 102 suites. For a long time, we were a member of the leading leading hotels of the world for quite some time.
okay.
We have chosen to go out of this group only because of the fees that we were paying, and they didn't give us much support in terms of bookings. But the hotel is lovely. It has been awarded lots of travel awards from Condé Nast magazine and different traveler magazine. The hotel, as I said, is 102 suites. We have suites directly located on the sea, on the beach, and we have some other suites with private swimming pool. We have a lovely diving center. We have a lovely spa. So it's a great option also after our Nile cruise. This is it complete the golden triangle of Egypt. You visit Cairo, and then you go on a cruise to visit and experience the history of Egypt, and then you come for 2 or 3 nights relaxation stay by the sea, where you can enjoy nice spa treatments, diving experience, snorkeling, enjoy a good food, and then come back to Cairo. So you have seen everything. You have seen Cairo, you have seen the history of Egypt and Luxor and Aswan, and you have relaxed also for some time on the sea.
Okay, and tell me the name of the city where your hotel is again.
The Oberoi Beach Resort, Sahl Hashish.
Okay, I can't even get that last part of that.
Yes.
So put that in the comments.
I will definitely after our webinar, I'll be sending you a nice presentation file where you can just see the pictures of the hotel, and it will tell you all the facilities of this hotel.
Okay, great. And we can add that into the comments for everybody who's watching too, because that's going to be a great property that you're going to want to add on. And one thing that I like that Yasser said is like Egypt, a lot of people would just add it on to like an Israel trip or a Jordan trip, or like I popped there on the way home from Thailand. But really, Egypt's its own destination. You should sell it as its own destination. I'm going to bring Yasser on just for a minute to continue to talk about itineraries, what they look like. He was saying, give yourself at least 3 or 4 days in Cairo, where we used to do everything.
No, just before I talk about the itineraries again, I would like to add about what Muhammad said, that if you ask me what is the real luxury cruises in Egypt, number one and the number two is Oberoi cruises, Zahra and Fila cruises.
So if you
And
want to
even
know what the luxury cruises are, it's Oberoi.
yeah, that's number one and number two. Even I don't like to say names, but there is big luxury companies when they have a high-end clients. They don't, and they have cruise. They own cruises in Egypt, but they don't send this high-end clients to the cruises they have, but they send it to Oberoi, Zahra, and Fila.
Yeah. So
Because
what? Let me refresh that for everybody here. So a lot of our U.S. tour companies that are doing the highest end, and you can figure out who those are on your own. There's a couple of them with that company, but they're not. They have their own cruise lines there. But when they're sending their really high end clients, they're not using their own company. They're sending them to the Oberoi product and white labeling that. So
exactly, and Muhammad can confirm that.
Oh, we've got Mohamed back with us. Okay, so tell us how the cruise can work into this. If you're doing like 2 or 3 days in Cairo, then people are going to jump on the cruise from there. Or are they going to fly over to Luxor to do that? Because we've got people who have never been to Egypt. They don't know what the itinerary looks like. I know what I like to do, but I want to hear what you think. Yes. Where do we pick up the cruise? Mohamed or Yasser? Who?
Mohammed, but he is muted. You could.
Okay. Yeah, let's get
unmute him.
muted. Yeah. Where
The
do
best
people?
way to do it, most of our guests, and this is the best way where we see it's very convenient for our guests, is to spend first 2 nights in Cairo, do all the sightseeing and the must-see in Cairo, and then you fly to Aswan. From Cairo to Aswan, it's about 1 hour flight. Then you take the cruise from Aswan to Luxor, and you can choose between different itineraries. We offer you between 3 nights, 4 nights, 6 nights, and 7 nights cruises from Aswan to Luxor. And if you want to do it the other way from Luxor to Aswan, this is also possible. But mainly, it's better if you want to do the 3 destinations. It's better that you sail from Aswan to Luxor, because from Luxor to Hurghada, it's only 3 hours and a half drive.
Okay.
However,
Now,
it's from Aswan, it's about 6 hours drive to Hurghada.
okay.
So the
Now
best way is to sail the Nile from Aswan to Luxor, 4 nights cruise, and then you drive about 3 hours and a half to Hurghada for 2 nights, and then fly back from Hurghada to Cairo for 1 or 2 nights stay.
Okay, so I've got some people asking who are traveling with me, who are advisors traveling in May. They said, I really like, this is in the comments, I really like the Oberoi brand. Can we get the Oberoi ship for our May educational trip? So I'm just throwing that out there to you guys.
As Mr. Yasser said, Oberoi Nile Cruise is not only offering you accommodation. Oberoi is always offering you a complete experience, because not only the luxury product, but the way of service, how we are treating our guests, how we are welcoming our guests, how the boat manager is with the guest all the time, what kind of Egyptologists we are using. We are not using normal tour guides. We are using Egyptologists who will accompany your guests, and we don't. We offer Egyptologists for maximum 5 or 6 number of people, so they get very good attention and very good information. They get a very good chance to interact with their Egyptologists, who can make their trip extremely enjoyable and memorable.
And that's really Egyptologist. Let me mute this while I talk. It's really important to have those Egyptologists. And I know Yasser uses doctors of Egypt per se as well.
Exactly.
And so these aren't just regular tour guides that are showing up and they maybe have a year in the business. These are people that literally have PhDs. They're trained professionals. They've been spending their whole time in Egypt learning and growing and teaching that. And so that's different than a lot of different destinations where you show up and anybody's your guide that took a course. Mohamed, I have another question for you, so I'm going to unmute you. Why would somebody use Oberoi over, because we feel like we've got a lot of like river cruise ships coming to Egypt now. It seems real trendy. Alma Waterways, Viking. I saw Viking just when I was over there in 2019. How is that different for you, Roy, and then with the river cruise companies that are making their way into the Aswan market?
I love this question.
Oh, I love it.
It's my favorite.
Okay.
Okay, we have, Angela, we have a very many actually unique selling points to Oberoi Nile Cruises. Starting from the spacious cabins, we provide you with spacious cabin. The cabin size is 36 square meter, and it's called luxury cabin. This is the minimum standard we have. When you go to a luxury suite with private terrace and jacuzzi, you go to about 100 square meter space. Plus also all our bathrooms are Nile view. and nowhere else, no other boat will provide this kind of luxury. That in the bathroom you have also again very spacious daylight lit bathrooms with very large shower area, toilet seat, and a bidet. With all the nice toiletries, we use L'Occitane products. Also, the Oberoi Fila offer you a very nice option of having a French window where you can get fresh air. And also, so what I'm telling you is a completely different and unique only to Oberoi. Starting from the exclusive and private dock, our boats are the only one which stands alone in the embarkation or the dock in all the way. No other boats can come close to our boats. So this gives you also that you during the whole trip you have a view, a Nile view. Other boats are docking beside each other, so you have no view. Plus, also we have a nice elevator from the restaurant area up to the sun deck. We have a nice spa. We have ladies from Indonesia who are offering also massage and beauty treatments during the trip, during the spare time. Plus, also our restaurants are offering a la carte menu included in the price you pay. So breakfast, lunch, dinner, you tell us what you like to eat, not we tell you what you have to eat. So there is a big difference. We have also a nice library and a nice boutique gift shop. In every cabin, you have a satellite TV where you are open to the world. You can choose whatever channel you want because there is a satellite receiver in each cabin. So you have hundreds of channels you can see. You have a DVD player. So in the evening, you can play your nice movie. The curtains in the cabins are you can use using a remote control to open and close the curtains, and so on.
Let's talk about price with the Oberoi cruises. Can you give us a mid-season price? I don't even know how I'm going to price that, 3-4 days maybe. So people can viewers can get an idea of what they might be looking at with yours.
See what our price, because it's our price, of course, in Nile Cruise, it includes breakfast, lunch, dinner. You can go, you cannot go out. So our price will include breakfast, lunch, dinner, and all sightseeing, airport pickup, airport drop, and the Egyptologist who will take you to the different sightseeing, and also transportation is included. So all this per night, if in a double cabin for 2 people, it will cost you around $1,300 to $1,400, including all taxes.
Per night, per person.
This is per night for 2 persons. For 2 persons.
Okay. Yeah. So really, you're looking maybe $650, which is not a bad price for all inclusive and your sightseeing people. So that's something that you can think about when you're adding in. So, did you have something else?
And I need to tell you also, many travel agents who announced or has invested in doing some ads for us. Like I gave them 5 cabins. One travel agent, I gave her the whole cruise, which was about 25 cabins and 2 luxury suites. It was sold immediately in 24 hours. Because I would love to when I will send you the pictures of the boats. And the unique selling points, the advantages, the unique points that we have on our boats, and it's not there in any other boat. You will be able to understand what I'm trying to talk and what I'm trying to explain. You will know why you have to pick up Oberoi boats for your guests, because it will be very easy for you to sell it or to convince your guests that you have picked up the right boat for them.
Wonderful. I love all the Oberoi properties. So thank you for throwing that in there and educating on this. I'm going to bring Sherif back on because we have a few minutes for everybody to give kind of their final thoughts today. Sherif, do you want to start?
Sure. We're looking forward to getting all the tourists from the U.S. back, and we think that the American tourists are one of the finest tourists in the world. We love them in Egypt, and really they are very down to earth, and they're better than any other tourists we get. So we're looking forward and anytime soon. If anybody needs any help, any inquiries, they can come back to me, or of course Yasser or Angela. So we're waiting for you to come back. Nile cruises are opened. We have all the the COVID restrictions applied in the hotel. So we're waiting for you, and thank you.
Yeah, I'm so excited to stay at your property. Mohamed, do you want to give some final thoughts? Let me get you unmuted here.
I would like to thank you, Angela, for giving us this beautiful opportunity. And we are looking forward to work closely with you and offer all your guests a truly unique experience so that they come back to you and thank you and tell you that we would like to go back to Oberoi. And I'm happy also that you have Four Seasons in Cairo, because it's we as Oberoi also, we always recommend Four Seasons in Cairo. So it's a great choice. It completes a great experience for the guests in Egypt. And we will be there for you to support you and work on every special request you like to tell us or request from our side. We will be there to support you in Egypt.
Yes, so I love that. This is a perfect combination. You know, the Four Seasons, Oberoi, and then you need somebody to put it all together on the ground. And that's where Yasser comes in, as he is a destination management company with Cadence Vacation Centers. So wrap it up for us a little bit, Yasser, my good friend. I'm so excited.
So I would like just to have two Egyptian minutes to talk about the extension when you finish your Egypt tour. We have like domestic extension, like Muhammad said. We offer classic tours. Classic tours means Cairo, Luxor, Aswan. You could have Nile cruises in Upper Egypt, Luxor or Aswan, or you could have the normal classic historic hotels like Winter Palace and all the Cataract also. Uh, and after you finish here, there is a domestic extension. You could go to Red Sea and Hurghada, or the area of Hurghada, is the most nearest area of Luxor. You could drive like 220 kilometer and you will be there. But there is another domestic resort area called Sharm el-Sheikh. Everybody, I think, know about Sharm el-Sheikh. And
Yep.
in Sharm el-Sheikh, you could have also, if you don't find Oberoi, you will find Four Seasons, Sharm el-Sheikh.
Let me ask you on Sharm el-Sheikh, because there was some perception that Sharm el-Sheikh was dangerous for Americans to travel to, because I don't know, are you crossing the desert, or people like have shied away from that resort area for a while, as Americans, not necessarily as Europeans. But are we safe going back there?
No, the warning of today or yesterday from the American government about Egypt, there is in North Sinai we have some problems, but they said if you wanna go to Sharm el-Sheikh, you could go to Sharm el-Sheikh, because usually you fly from Cairo to Sharm el-Sheikh or from Luxor to Sharm el-Sheikh. You
So
can't
flying
drive.
over, you're fine because you're not driving through. Yeah.
Exactly. So, but Sharm el-Sheikh itself, it's very safe. The most safest place in Egypt. We have no problem there.
Okay. So
And the other thing was the extension outside. So there is like one or two hours flight countries like Jordan, Israel, Istanbul, even Istanbul, or Dubai. And we make a lot of combo tours, 2 countries
And we also do have
in one package.
Yeah, so definitely if you want to do an extension, you can add on a few days in Dubai, Turkey, Jordan, one of my favorites, Israel. He can put all of those together for you. Okay.
And also, there's a Four Seasons. There's a Four Seasons in Sharm el-Sheikh also.
Yeah, and that's what he was saying. So we've got Four Seasons. You can just make this Four Seasons, Oberoi, back to Four Seasons. You're so dreamy, you don't want to come home. I don't even want to come home. So I live in a pretty dreamy place myself. But anytime you get me at one of those places, I'm not coming back. So you guys, thank you so much for joining me today. Yasser, Mohamed, Sherif.
Thank you so much.
Center, yeah, the Four Seasons in Oberoi. It has been like truly a pleasure to get all of you guys together today. I'm Angela Hughes, the luxury travel entrepreneur. We have so many things coming up, different private classes on how to sell Egypt. We've got a fam trip coming up to Egypt through the Luxury Travel University. That is cool, but we do have a waiting list that we just switched to May. And so check that out. I haven't changed the dates on the website yet, but that's coming up because we just made that switch. And we'll probably look at doing another one in the fall because there's been so much demand to get out and learn about Egypt. It's so hot, you guys. So hit me questions in my Facebook group and DM me. I'm happy to help you. And you can also sign up for private consulting with me through our website. So thanks for joining me today. See you guys later.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Anne.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.